You've seen the project, you know the brand. Now the question is, how do you actually buy in? In this video, we're going over exactly how to purchase a unit at Palm Tree Residences Miami, step by step from first contact all the way to closing. So you know what to expect, what you're committing to at each stage, and how the money actually works. I'm Jamie Cristancho, your in-house sales executive at Palm Tree Residences Miami. Pre-construction is a different process from traditional resale purchases. And if this is your first time doing it in Florida, there are things you need to understand before putting your money down. Let's walk through it all. Step 1, connect with your real estate agent or connect directly with an in-house agent like me. This is the first step where you will get to experience the sales gallery and a detailed presentation on the project. It's crucial to understand the location and how the neighborhood will look like by the time the project is completed and beyond. Also, you'll learn about the building layout, the amenities, and what is the developer providing with the sale. Then you could tackle learning about the different types of units, the views that come with the units, factors like parking, storage, condo fee pricing, and overall pricing and any incentives for the project. Step 2, you're going to select your unit. Palm Tree Residences has 483 fully finished residences across 37 stories, ranging from junior suites to 3-bedroom floor plans or our exclusive penthouse collection. Junior suites start at around $550,000 and go up to $799,000. Junior suites plus a den configurations range from $700,000 to $900,000. 1-bedroom plus a den units run from $700,000 to $1.2 million. 2 bedrooms are priced from $900,000 to $1.3 million. And our 3-bedroom residences start at $1.4 million and go up to $1.6. Then you have our penthouse collections that starts at $1.6 million up to $3.4 million with an exclusive furnishing package. Units come fully finished with Italcraft cabinetry, Millie integrated appliances, waterworks features, and smart building technology built in. When you're choosing a unit, you're thinking about floor, view line, layout, and independent use. Personal residence, seasonal, or investment with short-term rental income. Those 3 goals lead to a different unit selections and a conversation worth having before you commit to a specific floor plan. Step 3, you're going to review and sign your contract agreement and then submit your deposit. Once you've selected a unit, the first commitment is the contract agreement. This locks in your specific unit, your floor, your view, and your layout, and it takes it off the market. In Florida, buyers have a 15-day rescission period from the date they received the contract. That means you have 15 days to review it and have an attorney go through it, ask questions, and walk away with a full refund if anything doesn't work out for you. Use those 50 days wisely. Have a real estate attorney review the contract, not just your agent, an actual attorney. You need to understand what you're signing, especially around the deposit protections, construction timeline provisions, and what happens if the delivery is delayed. Once the 15 days pass, you proceeded. Your first deposit goes hard. You are now committed to the purchase. Step 4 is going to be your deposit schedule. And this is the part most buyers want to understand clearly. Palm Tree Residences run a 4-milestone deposit structure before you close. It works like this: 10% due at contract signing, 10% is due 6 months after contract signing, 10% is due at groundbreaking, which is currently targeted for the second quarter of 2027, and your last 10% is due 1 year after groundbreaking. That's 40% of your purchase price paid in stages over roughly 2 years before the building is complete. The remaining 60% is due at closing, which is projected for the 3rd quarter of 2029. Each deposit milestone is tied to a specific trigger, either a time interval or a construction event. So you always know what's coming and when. To put real numbers on it, if you're purchasing a 2-bedroom unit at $1 million, your first check at contract signing is $100,000. 6 months after that, another $100,000. At groundbreaking in mid-2027, another $100,000. A year after that, another $100,000. Then at closing in late 2029, the remaining $600,000 could be either financed or cashed. That's the full roadmap. Step number 5, you're going to plan your finance strategy now and not later. Pre-construction contracts in Florida are almost always written as cash contracts through the deposit phase. You cannot mortgage the deposit installments, those always come from liquid funds. The mortgage, if you're financing, applies at closing when the unit is complete and the title transfers. That means you need to plan around and having the deposit capital available and liquid across roughly the 2-year window. For the closing, if you're financing, your mortgage application should be initialed roughly 6 to 12 months before the anticipated delivery date. Rates for jumbo condo purchases vary, and lenders want to review the building's approval status before issuing a commitment letter. Your agent and local lenders should be in communication well before you approach the closing timeline. If you're an international buyer, the financial path is different. Foreign national programs do exist, but typically require a larger down payment and more lead time to arrange. Step 6, from groundbreaking all the way to closing, stay engaged. Once your deposits are placed and construction begins, your job is to stay informed. The developer will issue construction updates as milestones are hit. Before closing, you'll receive a date to conduct a final walkthrough of your unit. This is your opportunity to confirm everything was delivered to the contracted specification. Any discrepancies get documented and addressed before you sign closing documents. At closing, you'll also have the responsibility for your typical closing cost, usually around 1.7 to 2% of the purchase price in developer fees, plus the first month of association dues and 2 months into the reserves fund. Build that into your budget. So here's the full picture. From signing the contract today to actually getting the keys to your unit, it'll take approximately from 3 to 4 years. However, your capital will be deployed in manageable stages across that window, and the bulk of the financial commitment is not due until the building is actually delivered. That structure is what makes pre-construction in Miami attractive to both buyers and investors. You're locking in today's price and today's floor plan with a fraction of the total purchase price up front in a market where values have historically moved meaningfully between launch and delivery in well-located projects. Palm Tree just launched sales. The best units, lowest floors for budget buyers, highest floors for view buyers, best layout to price ratios. Move early in any new launch. If this product is on your radar, now is the window to act with the most selection and the most leverage. If you made it this far and you'd like to schedule a personal presentation with me, make sure to reach out using the contact details below.